Thank you. I'd kind of like to start by just thanking a few people who've made this possible. First and foremost, Mayor Filner, who has the wisdom and the foresight to see this as an asset to San Diego and to allow this camera to be installed so that everyone can understand that this is a special place and why its protection is so important. I'd also like to thank Donna Fry, whose heroic efforts helped us getting through the permitting process as quickly as possible. This was a kind of a rush job. To Dr. Jane Reldon, who's the person who got me involved in all of this and who came up with the idea of the seal cam. I'd also like to have a special thanks to former supervisor Pam Slater-Price. Pam is my mentor in all things San Diego. And I'd like to also recognize and special thanks to the folks from EarthCam who built this camera. They went the extra mile and they responded really quickly to build us a custom camera and to add all of the incredible amount of technical support necessary to get this going. And his name is Steve Puglisi, and I know I'm mispronouncing his name, but if you could raise your hand. And then finally, I'd like to thank all the volunteers who are going to be manning the cameras once we get this started. So if you're a volunteer who's manning the camera, can you raise your hands? As many of you know, I've spent the major part of my life working to protect the coast of California, first as a volunteer, then as 15 years on the Coastal Commission. I'm both a strong supporter of public access, having risked arrest in Malibu to open up the beach, and an advocate of environmental protection and the preservation of habitat and wildlife. When Dr. Reldon asked me to get involved, I immediately knew that this was most appropriate for me. As a proponent of public access, it is important to me that people be allowed to visit the beach, but in this case, as in so many other sensitive areas, with proper management of the resources. Here we have a very unique situation, seals in a highly urbanized location, and the rare opportunity for people to see wildlife in their natural setting. What is important here is that people and seals share the beach, and that is possible. If people go down to the beach and stay behind the rope and the seals are left in peace, then people and seals can both enjoy this magnificent and wonderful place, and the world can see why San Diego is such a special place. I do have to make some comments, however. You see what's going on down on the beach. This weekend, there were literally thousands of people who streamed down to the beach and stayed behind the rope. And there were, at one point, 240 seals on Sunday on the beach, with over 150 most of the time until Monday evening. Then the people who have made it their mission to get rid of the seals came down to the beach at night and harassed the seals, set up those signs on the seaward side of the rope, and encouraged people to cross the rope and go close to the seals. And you see what has happened. The seals have left. There were some seals still here this morning, but as soon as they put that chair and open sign up, they left. Again, they were out last night, and the seals, preventing the seals from returning to the beach. And that's why you see so few seals. This is not helpful to creating the right image for San Diego, and we hope this will end because we know that San Diego is that special place. San Diego does care about its natural resources and its citizens, and this is a place where it can be shown that it can work.
You can introduce your husband?
Oh.
She's going to. Oh, okay. I thought you would do.
And now we'll hear from Larry Wan, and he will talk about the capacity of the camera and also how it will be used for research.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Larry Wan. I am the founder of the Western Alliance for Nature. We're a nonprofit dedicated to the conservation of our natural heritage for all generations. For over 10 years, we've been working with city, state, and federal agencies and partnering with other conservancies and nonprofits to purchase, restore, and manage critical ecosystems. Our core mission is the preservation of biodiversity by conservation of threatened, endangered, and rapidly vanishing wildlife habitats. Preserving biodiversity means conserving diverse ecosystems. Thus, our activities span both North and South American continents. But before any mission, there has to be a vision. We're pleased to help fulfill Mayor Filner's vision to share with the whole world one of San Diego's proud natural heritages by providing everyone the ability to view this La Jolla seal rookery in real time on the internet via the live streaming HD camera system that we have installed overlooking the seals on the beach. The streaming video will not only provide non-intrusive enjoyment of San Diego's natural treasure to inspire love and care for these animals, but will support research by scientists at NOAA and various educational institutions. Think of it also as a social networking site where everyone in the world can connect with nature and friend the seal. The Seal Cam project is therefore commensurate with our core mission of endeavoring to educate the public, to promote the love of nature, provide for scientific research, and thereby promote sustainable ecosystem practices and management. Unlike the rainforest habitats in South America that we are preserving from the threat of logging, ranching, and mining, this habitat is threatened by pure human population pressure and encroachment. Due to our highly populated coast, this harbor seal rookery in La Jolla is the only remaining Southern California mainland harbor seal rookery south of Ventura, some 200 miles north of here, and it's the southernmost harbor seal rookery in the United States. This rookery is unusual because it exists in a highly urbanized area, and therefore sustainable ecosystem practices and management compatible with human activities and enjoyment of this highly utilized beach is critical. We hope our project will help develop and implement these practices. It is well recognized that nature is not only beautiful in its own right, but it is a tangible economic asset. That is certainly true of these seals for the economy of San Diego. Worldwide viewing of these harbor seals here in La Jolla will most certainly enhance tourism, which is a major industry in California. San Diego can also take pride in that this is the first and only seal cam in the West Coast. There's only one similar webcam system, which is on a non-inhabited island off the state of Maine for viewing the gray seals. Let us look beyond this little stretch of beach out into the immense space where, in spite of billions of dollars spent, we have yet to find a living planet like ours. We can't help, therefore, but feel that the seals on this beach and all other wildlife species may be the only companions we and our children have in this vast and lonely universe of hot gases and black holes. We need to embrace our earthly companions as we journey together in the wondrous and spectacular odyssey of the evolution of life. This is why the Western Alliance for Nature is inspired to preserve our natural heritage for our children and the children of all other species. The mayor asked me to explain a little bit about this camera. This is a especially custom-built camera for us. As I said, it's the first seal cam in the whole western United States, probably the western continent. It's a very difficult type of system because the challenges that it faces, because we're looking at a wide beach where we have to search, and therefore we have to scan and zoom and search for an interesting event like a birth. And births are during the night, so we have to have this camera be equipped with infrared night vision. We have to have live operators on our monitor 24/7 looking for these interesting events so that the world can see it. And so that scientific researchers can get a rare glimpse of a birth of a harbor seal, which occurs at night and therefore very rarely seen. It even has wipers on it for the foggy, rainy parts of the coast. Thank you.
I want to thank Sarah and Larry for providing us the ability to do this. What an incredible image that infrared can give us a chance to see the birth of a pup at night. Wow. Thank you so much. I want to say, Sarah, Pam Slater-Price was not only your mentor, she's the mentor for all of us in San Diego. Thank you for your service over 20 years to bring us here. And I'm just thinking as we, what an incredible spot where we have the only place, as Larry said, where we have these seals that in the urban environment that we can see them, that we as citizens of San Diego, that tourists can come. I mean, it's an incredible little place. And all we're trying to do is say, let us all enjoy it. That's all we're trying to say here. Now, the city council came up with a compromise by putting up this rope. So we can accommodate people on one side and the seals on the other. And I've seen pictures with 100 people here and 100 people on the bridge and 100 people behind the rope and 150 seals on the beach. It was one of the most beautiful pictures. Here it is. Thank you, Jane. I've seen in my time as mayor. That is, everybody enjoying this little spot. And it just gives you, makes your heart incredibly full that we can, as even in an urban environment, experience this ecological miracle. And we don't have a lot of chances to do that. There's not a lot of places to do it. There's not a lot of times we can do it. So we ought to take advantage of this. And this was a compromise. Apparently some people don't want to either abide by the law or by a respect for nature. I'm not sure that these kids are learning either. They're not respectful of nature and they're not respectful of the law. We have tried to do a compromise. They have, in fact, taken every opportunity to say we don't want one. They have vandalized the camera last night. I mean, this is unacceptable that in a supposedly law-abiding society, we talked this out for a long time. We came up with a compromise. We're going to enforce this a lot better. We cannot allow these few people. We cannot allow these few people to spoil this incredible, as Larry said, international opportunity. It's an international opportunity for people all over the world.
I please take 5 steps back from the seals. Thank you for your protection, wildlife. Thanks.
This international opportunity that will say San Diego respects science, it respects nature, it respects all living things, and we respect people all at the same time. That's very unusual. The world should know it. It'll help tourism, but it affects who we are as human beings. To be able to live in this kind of way and with respect to nature makes us better human beings. So yes, this beach is for human beings, but we are better when we respect the seals. There's just no question about it. So we will take whatever steps they apparently want us to take to enforce this. We will make sure that the children understand, maybe a little learning experience, that you can respect the law and respect nature in this society when you're growing up also. We're going to try to, this streaming video is going to be, is on a website. You want to, can I repeat it?
Yes,
It's
right on the sign next to it.
We have, yeah.
Oh, it's on the side. Okay. I just want to know it. Where is it? Oh. They can see the streaming video on wineconservancy.org.
And it's on
Yes.
and it's on the mayor's website.
It's on my website at
www.sandiego.gov/. mayor.
We're slashing the mayor. Okay, to see the, and we are going to make sure that when people go to the public access channel 24 and we have nothing else going on, that we're going to connect that up also to channel 24. So it's a, this is great education for our kids. It's great education for our families. It's great education for all of us, but it shows a respect and understanding of our ecological position in this world. I don't see it as a controversy. I just can't imagine what these kids are being taught by harassing the seals and making it unable for us to be able to see this. So I guess we're going to have to bring education to a little higher level and show some enforcement here. I want to thank all of those who have worked so hard on this for a long time. You've stood by this situation when you were threatened and when there was not the political support. But we're going to make sure that this little incredible place in the world, that people understand it, we can all learn from it, and we're all better human beings. I'll be happy to take any questions y'all have about that. Thank you so much. Sir.
Some of your opponents say the permitting process wasn't honored.
The which process?
The permitting
For
process
what?
to put the camera on that public waterway.
Every permit has been we scrupulously honored. We have a there was a right of entry to this whole thing that's permitted. The rope has been permitted by both the city and the Coastal Commission. I'm not sure what anybody is talking about. They're looking for an excuse for some reason. I simply don't understand the mentality here. I can find 80,000 places to swim for those kids and to snorkel. I can only find one place for the seals. So
Just a follow-up question. This is obviously a hot topic in this community that's gone back many years. Why take this on now? why tackle this as a new mayor?
you know, what I've learned is the issues not necessarily are of your choosing, but of necessity sometime. I came up here at the invitation of the people. I saw what was going on. I saw the rope, for example, that was mismeasured and put at 130 feet. I mean, it was just a mistake. So we extended it 150 feet because that's just the commonsensical thing to do. I don't know why it wasn't put up there originally. And then while we were here, I said, well, I wish everybody could see this. And the Wands came up with this camera idea. So things happen. And you have to go with the opportunities that arise and the interests that people have. And we were having problems with people harassing. We thought the rope, everybody would just calm down, mutually enjoy it, as we see here. But some people want to go further. And when they vandalize the camera, I mean, that just shows that there is no respect for the law whatsoever. It is not a question of we disagree here. Let's fight it, out in the political sphere. They're going to fight it out with property damage and with damaging the ecological balance that we have. And I think we have to show our respect for that with better enforcement. Let me just. Okay.
Will the camera be used for enforcement of the restrictions?
That's not the plan. The plan is with the volunteers is scientific experimentation. But look, if we have somebody here, whether it's a ranger or a police officer, all the time until we settle this, that should be enforcement enough. People will be cited for violation of local and also federal law. Yes, sir.
Appreciate all you've done and all everyone else has done too. But if you're going to have a rope and then have a sign next to it saying open for swimming, your camera's not going to see anything because there's seals in the beach because there's no paper.
Yeah, the sign open for swimming is put up by those who don't want to respect the rope, not us.
Well, you have to take it down.
That's what we're going
No,
to.
I mean right now. Right now.
I authorize you to. Yeah, we don't want to have a physical violence. We'll have enforcement of that, and we'll do it through the proper channels.
Right.
We don't want to stir up a unnecessary battle here. But that's not a legal sign, and we will get it down in a legal way.
Thank
curious, as you brought it up, how was the camera vandalized and what was the extent of the damage?
Larry?
Early, I think it was yesterday morning, someone actually sprayed some fluids on it, covering up the lens. And as I said, this is an amazing camera. We have windshield wipers on the camera, not for vandalism, but for fog. And I simply turned on remotely the wipers and it cleaned the lens. But we still had to have someone come up at our cost to check to make sure there was no other damage, and also wipe clean the infrared lenses, which don't have wipers on them. Well, there is a police cam up there. I hope maybe they caught it, but we're not out here to catch people. We were looking at the seal at the time when all of a sudden the lens went blurred, and you can see kind of like a splash.
Could it have been something else, like a bird?
No, it's not unless the bird can poop upwards against gravity. It's the camera's pointed down, as you can see, toward the seals, and has a roof, a shield above, in case a bird's sitting on top of it.
I noticed that in some places, like up in Northern California with the big elephant seals, they have docents that are there to educate people. So will we have maybe more docents that can come and help in this situation?
I mean, these folks, there are many volunteers who have been serving as that for a long time. And perhaps we can regularize that, maybe even get them some pay, I don't know. But we have had a volunteer way of doing that, and they have done it out of the love and respect that they have. And we'll continue that unless we need some further, I won't say professionalization, but what? Security, does it? And they need some security too. Sorry? It is not. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. What is the answer? Yeah, but what's the ordinance? We were asking for a respectful appreciation of the seals, and if we can't get it out of respect, we will then do it by ordinance. Any other questions? Thank you all very much. We look forward to great research. We look forward to great enjoyment. We look forward to great appreciation and great education that will come from this camera and a respect for that rope that is there now. Thank you so much.